Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perfecting Your Selfie and how we can work on our selfie and then edit that as well. So, I am Lindsay, and I'm going to share with you just some tips and tricks to give you some encouragement moving forward. And if you're already really good at selfies, then you can share this with your team and then they can also become a little more confident. I know a lot of people who come into the social selling world are always first and foremost, most of the time, I do not want to sell, right? I do not want my face. I don't want to show my face, right? There are people go down that road. But from experience, people like, know, and trust you, right? And they will buy from you and they will join you when they like, know, and trust you. So if you're not showing your face and you're just showing other people all the time, then they go, yeah, but do you actually use the product? How does it look on you? Right. And so if you can get a selfie to come across in good lighting, in a decent selfie, then people are going to be like, oh, right. You guys know, like, I'm not pointing any fingers at all because I am not a pro by any means, but you guys know, like, as we scroll, and some photos catch our attention and some of them do not, right? The ones that catch your attention are well lit. Okay. They don't have a ton of junk in the background. And it just looks kind of cohesive and nice and aesthetically pleasing. And so I'm going to talk about that with you guys today. And again, let me also say this. If you weren't on the call before I pushed record, know that I am not like, I'd say that I live in like organized chaos. Okay. Anybody else? You live in organized chaos. So I have a mess in my house. If I'm about to go live or I'm about to take a selfie, I just shove it to the side or I just move it so it's not in my picture as much. Okay. I do not have my life together. Do not. So I don't expect you to either. So it's fine. Okay, let's get started. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Just a second. Maybe. Hold on. Here we go. Share screen, possibly. Okay, I think this will work. Let's see. We're going to try. Okay, I think this is working. Again, type things in the chat and I will come back to it in just a second. Let me slide this over, push present. So I actually did this presentation back in Longview. So if you were there for that, it was a training. This is the same presentation. But in case you missed it or you would like to have access to it, here it is. Okay. So, let me go back. All right. Perfecting your selfie with me when I had red hair, reddish pink hair. Fun times. Okay. Here we go. First and foremost, do you or don't you like selfies? And number one, no, I'm camera shy. Number two, I loathe them entirely. They are not for me. And number three, somewhere in the middle. Put in the chat, how do you feel about taking a selfie? And I can be honest with you right now, in the morning without makeup or any type of skincare to help my skin look a little bit better, I am a no, loathe entirely. Do not want to take any type of picture when I first wake up because no, I did not wake up like this, right? If I can get myself together and I have decent lighting and all that, then I'm like, yeah, I'll take a picture. I don't mind, right? So there's that. So drop in the comments 1, 2, or 3. What is your preference? Or maybe you just love them at all, right? You're not camera shy and you're like, yeah, any time of the day, let's get it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. All right. So tips. Selfie like a pro. So how can you take a selfie like a pro? 1, lighting. And I keep saying that, and I'm going to talk about that. Okay. Phone angle and posing. Also going to talk about that. Cropping and setting a timer, and then looking good, feeling good. So let's break it down. Lighting. Right now, I'm sitting in front of a ring light, okay? In my bedroom, in my house, I don't have the best lighting. I don't. And so I want to give you encouragement. If you live in a house or a location that is dark, you don't have to be like, dang, I can never take pictures. Yes, you can. You just might need a few extra props. And you can get a really nice ring light at Walmart for like, I think it's under $50. I want to say it's $20 or $30. It's a really nice ring light. So if you don't want to spend a ton of money, that is one option. Okay. Next option is one of my favorites. It is natural window lighting. And I'm not talking direct sunlight. And I'm going to show you some examples later, but natural window lighting. Okay. Open the blinds and make sure the blinds are all the way up so you don't have like a shadow casting over you, right? You want the light. So open the blinds, face toward the window, right? If this is your window, you want to face toward the window and just give it its full potential to show you the light, right? Show me the light. I love natural lighting. It is so, so good. Phone angle and posing. Let's talk about that. So here's your phone, right? If you have any type of stand or, prop to prop it up on, that's cool. But half the time, like this is kind of newish. And honestly, it's really, really big. But half the time, I just take like something like this vase or my cup or whatever I'm not using, something firm that I can just prop my phone up on. Okay. Now let's talk about phone angles. If you're taking a selfie, and I think this is maybe one of the biggest tips, honestly, all of them are really helpful, but okay. I know the back facing camera is better quality, but if you're new at selfies and you want to feel a little bit more confident, just use the forward facing. It's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And you can see what you're doing. Now, if you're holding the camera down here, okay, you're going to get all the 18 chins that we don't want to have. You're going to have it. People are looking up your nostril. You don't need that. Okay. Let's not. Okay, so I always like to say, bring the phone eye level or a little bit higher. Now, you don't necessarily have to go way up here, right? But I like eye level is typically where I prefer my selfies, okay? And then I also don't want to go right up close and personal, just my preference, okay? So I'm like a good foot or so, foot and a half from my face, arm's length even, if you will, just a little bend in the elbow. But eye level or a little bit above. You see what I'm saying? This is how I would take my selfies. Now, if I'm using my ring light has a little holder where I can prop my phone, and it is just a little above eye level. So I can take a picture that way and my arm is not in the photo. You know what I'm saying? Like the outreach of the arm. But if I'm taking a picture in front of a window, I don't have anywhere to hold it. So I can either hold it or prop it up. But again, eye level or a little bit above is going to be your friend. Now, if you aren't familiar with self timers, definitely look into that on your phone. I know with iPhones, it's up to 10 seconds. I'm not sure on Android. And I know with Android, some Androids, and even iPhones, if you have a Bluetooth clicker, you could go that route too. But I like to set my timer and
man, don't start doing stupid shit.
Oh gosh. Okay. I like to set my timer and I can actually do a fun pose. I can hold props, right? You don't always have to hold your phone. So lighting, ring light or natural lighting, phone angle, eye level or a little bit above, posing. Okay. I know we kind of talked about that, but make sure you're, feeling yourself. And if you need to put on makeup and a cute outfit to do that, okay? But take multiple pictures. If you go to all these people that you see taking lots of pictures, I promise you, if you go into their camera roll, it is embarrassing how many pictures we have of ourselves taking a selfie or trying to look decent with a good pose. I'm telling you, it's embarrassing. But you got to take lots of pictures because one will be the one you like. If you just take one and you're like, that's it, and you don't like it, then you're not going to take another one, right? You're like, I'm done. I don't like it. It's bad. Take a few. Move the angle, right? You know what I'm saying? Like here, 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 here. Do whatever. Prop. Do something, right? Do something. Okay. Moving on. And again, if you have any questions, type them in the chat and I'll check that in just a second. Okay, so lighting is key. We did talk about that, but I'm just going to reference this picture. She's standing in front of her window, natural lighting, and you can see her phone is like eye level. Okay. Her camera is about eye level, and then she's taking a picture, and she's like holding she's doing something with her hands. I always think of Ricky Bobby on Talladega Nights. Like, what am I supposed to do with my hands? Well, do something, right? Touch an earring, just something, right? Sometimes it's nice to have a little like some, okay? But it says face the window, hold the phone at your face level, snap away, ring light, same thing. Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, and little side tip. If you need help color matching, you want your clients or customers or whoever to do this with no makeup on, and they need to be able to see kind of the chest up because you need to be able to color match them correctly. If they are in bad lighting, yellow lighting, dark, dim lighting, you're not going to be able to know what their color is. Okay. So just tip. Word to the wise. Okay. Branding. I did talk about this. So aesthetics, color schemes, makeup styles, hobbies. If you are someone who likes bold and bright, then you're going to want to make sure in your selfies you're wearing bold and bright, whether it's bold, bright colors, lipstick, eyeshadows, clothing, background, pops of color. That's just your aesthetic. That's your style. Keep it cohesive. Okay. If you're the person that likes more of the boho natural, then that's kind of the style you want to lead to. Your pictures need to kind of relay that. Now, I'm not saying starting off like you're going to have it all. You're not. You're not going to have it all. You're going to do your best. You're going to do your best to follow these steps and make your pictures look like you know what you're doing. Okay. By the way, my children are right next door. We homeschool, so they're not at school, they're here. And so my husband was supposed to keep them outside, but as you can see that. Okay. So moving on. But if you have, like, for me, I love iced coffee. So a lot of the times pictures have me with coffee or iced coffee. Okay. I go through styles. So I like the bohemian style, but I also like pops of color. So sometimes I just do that. Okay. All right, here's some examples. Again, when I had reddish pink hair, just disregard. Okay, so the first one, direct sunlight. That is when the sun is beaming into your window. Not the best time. What would you call that? Golden hour? Not the best time to take a picture because you're going to come across very bronzed and golden, not true to your tone. It is still sometimes a pretty picture, but it's maybe not the best version. Okay, so golden hour, direct sunlight, not the best. Next, you can see in the middle picture facing away from the window. A lot of people do this, and I cannot tell you how many people I've told face the window, face the window, face the window, and they'll send me a picture and they're away from the window, and I'm like, I'm very confused right now. So face the window because you can see the shadows. That is not, if someone sends me that, and I get sent that kind of stuff all the time, they're like, color match me, and I'm like, that's not going to be the best one. Okay. So I'm like, turn and face the window so that I can see better lighting. So then last picture down here is me facing the exact same window that you see. I'm just facing it. And it's lit better, right? And so if we compare the direct sunlight to the window light, you can see a bit of a difference. It's not super sheen and shiny. Okay. You can actually see the colors kind of around my eyes as far as eyeshadow goes. It's just not as bright and like direct. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little more like subtle. So window lighting is my favorite. Okay, so let's go here. This was during our training. Quick, your turn. You don't have to do that right now. A lot of you are on your phone. But just, after this, practice. Okay. Now this is one of my favorites, editing apps. And we're going to talk about this just briefly, but editing with Lightroom. So there are free versions of Lightroom. You can pay for it as well. I honestly think I have the free version, but I don't remember. But you can brand yourself this way because everything will be kind of in the same light, if that makes sense. So if you like light and airy or dark and sultry, natural and crisp, you can, number one, you can either manually adjust everything every single time, or you can purchase preset packets and upload your picture and click the preset and boom, it's done for you. And that's what a lot of people do. Now, I will say this, be cautious of that because people can tell when a filter has been applied. Okay. Um, and so if you are always doing a very like airbrushed look, but in reality, you have a lot of texture, then it can come across like deceiving. So be cautious of that. I prefer to just kind of lighten my pictures a little bit because my house is very dark. We have lots of just dark. Not by choice. Okay. So anyway, I just use that like kind of lighter filter. You can buy filters for like over on Etsy. I know sometimes Instagram will have like an ad. I don't know. I'm not that helpful, but they'll do ads for Lightrooms and stuff. Anyway, but you can buy a filter and add it into Lightroom and then you can adjust. So here's the app. Download Lightroom. Once it's downloaded, you're gonna click the little upload picture. Okay. You're gonna choose from camera roll and you will add your picture. And then if you have a preset, you can click it right here and it will give you all your presets that you have and you can just click, and you're done. But if you want to go and adjust manually, there are options right here. You have light, you have color, something else. But feel free to just play around with it. Download the free version, add in some current pictures that you have, and just play with it first. And then if you're like, okay, yeah, I kind of like this, then look into filters. They're not expensive. But here's an example. So this was the window light that I had in the previous post, right? This is the window lighting, and then this is Lightroom. Okay, you can just see it just brightens a little bit more. It's not super filtered, but it's just brightened. But if you do look at the lipsticks, right, the lipsticks are the color has changed a little bit because I've brightened. So if I was showing a product that I'm trying to sell, I typically don't filter it because I want that to come across as true, right? I don't want someone to be like, I want this color. And then when they get it, they're like, this is not the color that was in your picture. You have to be cognizant of that, being aware of that. But a filter on your photo that is consistent, cohesive, does help make your post look more put together. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's my favorite kind of trick. And then the last thing that I'm going to leave you with is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, post it, because I don't know how many times I take pictures, right? And I'm, I'll do all my angles and such, and then I find myself not really loving it, and then I just don't do anything with it. But keep it on your phone, or just go ahead and post it, right? Get rid of what you think people are going to say about you. Just do it anyway, okay? Because chances are your team's going to hype you up. People who are watching are going to hype you up, and continue to show yourself. Continue to show yourself, okay? So that you can continue to make a presence, because that's essentially what we're doing. We're making a presence with ourselves, showing the product. And so hopefully these tips help. Now I'm going to stop sharing here for a second. Okay. And see if there's any questions. Okay. So I have some people that are like, yes, I love taking pictures. And then some not so much. And then some that are like, yeah, it's all right. I have a ring light. I get a lot of natural light in our living room. Me too. That's where I get a lot of my natural light. So that's typically where I take my pictures, in the living room. I never look in the right place. Okay. So as far as camera, like, again, this is a newish iPhone, but I always look where the little camera is at. And if you're taking it from behind, then you're going to look, at the little, just in this area. And then sometimes it's fun to just look off, right? Like sometimes you don't want a direct photo. You want like haha, you're laughing, haha, that's funny. And like you just like look at an angle. And sometimes, and then that's when I prop it. That's when I like to prop it, because you can actually like, do like a little haha, right, off to the side. you just play around with it. And if you find that when you look at it, you know, and you're not looking in the right place, just take another one, right? And adjust where you're looking. Like right now, it's funny you say that because right now my camera's up here on my computer. But when I look at myself over here, I'm not looking in the right place. And so it looks funny to me because I'm not going to stare at the camera when I'm talking to you guys because I want to see you guys in the picture. But when I do a live on my phone, I'm looking at my phone and it's pretty much centered. So you can't really tell, but on the computer you can. So I feel you. Okay. I have Lightroom app on my phone. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that this was valuable. And again, I know all of you ladies are amazing. And many of your pictures I can see right now, and especially your display, like you're good. You're good. Either someone took that or you did. But either way, like you're good. But if you are struggling with pictures, then when this replay is posted, it'll be posted in the legacy page under the thread, but that's where the replay will be posted. Just go back and take note and kind of be like, okay, what did she say? What do I need to practice? And just practice. That is the only way you get better at things, is doing it. By doing it and doing it over and over and over, and you just get better. So I hope that that was helpful. And again, if you have any questions outside of this, feel free to message me. I will help you with that. Also, last final tip. I actually don't do this, but I know that there are a few people that do. If you are trying to get a good, like with our new waterproof mascara that just launched, or whatever mascara you like, a lot of people, will take a picture just like that. But if you turn your phone upside down and then take your picture, because the lens is down here, it's actually going to make them a little bit longer. So there's a little trick. Again, I don't typically do that, but some people do. And so if you're like, well, dang, my lashes don't ever look like that, try turning your phone upside down and see what happens. Just a tip. Okay, guys. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. And that's it. So thank you guys for tuning in.